Ladies and gentlemen, time for another round one game here in the Marvel Rivals Championship. We are here in round one of the double elimination bracket. We are in Asia on PC, and we have New Moon, full of some of the best players we have seen throughout Season 0 here in Season 1 now. They are against FUNCREW, who have started off with a ban of Hela. Billy T'Challa will be our arena of combat today as New Moon takes out the Namor. Gnome hovering the Human Torch. You're teasing me, buddy. We've yet to see a Human Torch really get played at all. However, Black Widow is going to be protected by New Moon. Now, this may be a throwaway, or perhaps they know something we don't. A mystery indeed. Sorry for the microphone sound there. I had to hit it because it was in the wrong place. Winter Soldier, unsurprisingly, going to be protected. Has been the go-to DPS this season for most of the teams. Wolverine, though, yet to be touched and being hovered by Dobby here. Magneto, also one of the big go-to characters. We've been seeing a little bit of Rocket getting hovered by some teams, especially in the US games, in the North American games. Black Panther going to be taken out of action. Invisible Woman also showing up very often, as is Luna Snow, both being hovered. But Adam Warlock also massively jumping up. The two supports who really saw the least amount of play last season, aka Rocket and Adam Warlock, although Adam Warlock did see a little bit of play with the Star-Lord compositions, is actually seeing a lot of play this season. Oh, and I missed Jeff when I talked about least played strategists, although New Moon, I don't think this is going to make it out the door. But if it does, it's going to be freaking entertaining. This is a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen, so the first of 2 map wins. We're starting off on round 1, map number 1. So we're going to get this started. They're trying to tease me. They're trying to make me excited. We'll see if it does lock in. For now, though, let's introduce the players, the characters, who they are at least hovering. Like, look at this. This is definitely... You know what? We're starting this side, because I get the feeling New Moon is going to tease me, and I'm going to be disappointed. So we're going to start with the red team on the right-hand side. It is FUNCREW with SSZZ or SSZZ. We're going to call them SZ. They are playing the Winter Soldier. Easy will be playing the Groot, trying to trap some people in the spawn. Portal to actually trap them in the spawn there. That is a little unfortunate. They're actually stuck. If they'd held that a little longer. How long does that last? Are they actually stuck? They're actually stuck. That's so funny. That does delay them at least a little bit. We also have LeBron playing the Punisher. Jasp. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that one. They're playing the Rocket Raccoon. Hesse is playing the Magneto. 3K Breezy will be on the Invisible Woman. They are FUNCREW. And on the left, in the blue trunks, New Moon with YouTube Dobby playing the Wolverine. Fun on Luna Snow. ASDFD is playing the Groot. And Elite Chopper will be bringing out the Storm. We have a name I cannot read. They are playing the Jeff. They're actually busting it out. And they're actually bringing out the Human Torch as they charge on in with Gnome bringing that to bear as New Moon wipe FUNCREW off the board. And they will take control of the first point. This is our first Human Torch play, so we're actually going to jump on board with that a little bit here. See what we can get. Going around the flank. Trying to create a nice zoning area. Doing quite a bit of damage. Needs a little bit of healing, though. They've got the double flyers here, so they've got the team up between the two. Sending in the damage. Supernova dropped out very quickly here. Chopper does not yet have the Omega Hurricane, but it's about to come off cooldown. They might be able to time this if they want to, but they might not even need to. Oh, they're going for it. Omega Hurricane! Firestorm! Takes out SSZZ, but Chopper will fall to 3K. Gnome keeping the pressure on, creating that triangle of pain to make it so difficult for anyone to step up onto the board here. But they will be zoned out. It's Jeff at the ready, going to be dropped in, combined with the Strangling Prison. Gets 3, and their own Groot takes out Jay. And off the edge, They do fall off, and they did spit out their own group as well. I'm going to be honest, I think New Moon might be having a little bit of fun here. As right now, they have up to 71%, taking out their own Groot. The Jeff having a lovely time there. In the meantime, Gnome is still creating an insane zone here, making it so hard for anyone to get into the position of the Pyro Prison, making it very difficult for anyone to step onto the point. Supernova at the ready, straggling Prison, locking them in, but Jeff gets the healing output. Here comes the Supernova, directly on top of the enemy team, as FUNCREW cannot leave the base here. Chopper is cleaning up here, getting a double, looks to try and chase down Rocket, but that's already going to be point number 1 of map 1, going over to New Moon. New Moon. We're only in round 1. We're past the open and closed qualifiers here, but that still means we have like 500 teams left. And New Moon, one of the highest ranking teams in the actual qualifiers, meaning that they do find themselves in a position where they're against what is essentially a bit more of a random opponent, someone who may have come through the closed qualifiers, someone who did not get all 10 of those wins in the open qualifiers here. Ooh, fast flies. But still, it's fun that we get to see the Human Torch coming in. Let's actually see how we're doing here. 10k damage, that is double basically everyone else in the game right now. LeBron is the closest here, and they are bringing out the Black Widow to try and take them down here. Try and pick them off from the side. Ooh, 3k Breezy appears to have disconnected, meaning FUNCREW is now in even more trouble. Sending their shots down range. Those blazing blasts to set up the Pyro Prison, make this area as hard as possible to step up into. You can see the Black Widow trying to step up, trying to get the right angle. Huge damage with the charge coming in. Trying to capitalize with the Flaming Meteor. Not finding the majority of the pickups. Actually, Fun and Chopper, who has gone in with the Mr. Fantastic here. And that bottom staircase has not been broken yet, meaning they can't actually use it as an ambush point. They have to go all the way up and around. A little bit of a shield given to their team. They're not even running an Invisible Woman. They don't even have the team up for this. They're just running in with it. Absorbing the damage. Mr. Fantastic and Johnny Storm, 2 of the least played DPS. We even sometimes do see Iron Fist sneak in one game or another. These 2, since their release, have seen so little pro play. But they finally made their ways onto the board here. LeBron getting rid of that Black Widow, moving on to the Punisher, straggling Prison, the protection coming in from the Magneto, but it won't protect you against Jeff. Run, Jeff, run, 1, spits, and over, down goes Punisher. Magneto floats on in, and Winter Soldier is able to charge him with Soldier's Fist, but they all still fall. 3k Breezy is back, rejoining the team and getting revived by the BRB after going down a little bit here. Groot has made a house. Cool. Taking down the walls. SSCZ, they have Kraken Impact. This could be their opportunity to try and turn this round. Pulling in the Wolverine. They charge into each other, making the interrupt onto Dobie. Meaning they might be able to pick him up, but no, they're going to be taken down. Supernova. Punisher activates the ultimate, and we don't see a reset from SSZZ, meaning that they do not get the repeated Kraken Impacts. That's all the ultimates now gone for FUNCREW. Whereas New Moon, Dobie returning to join the rest of the team, but down goes Groot, down goes Jeff. Gnome in full retreat right now, trying to get out of there with their speed boost. Retreating to the high ground, setting up the Pyro Prison. Zoning path is available. Dobie is deep in the enemy team right now, setting themselves up, trying to wait for the group up. Sees a lot of them together. Final stand, charges forward and will take out SSCZ. Not enough to finish off easy, but they will get Breezy as they wipe the rest of the board. Easy and Breezy goes down, up to the high ground, tanking through, they just eat it! And on 99, overtime, Jeff with the swallow, and that's going to be round number 1, round number 2, and game number 1 going over to New Moon. Absolutely smashing performance there by New Moon. Made up of some of the players who came in the top 3. I believe there's some players from first place, some players from second place, some players from third place, all mixed in with some new players on this team, and they are showing why they should be so feared. FUNCREW struggling to find their footing here, but there is still one more game at least. If they can win that, they'll take us to a game number 3, and they can try and make it back. But look at the stat difference here. For starters, 16k damage for Gnome. That is an entire Winter Soldier or an entire Magneto. Almost an entire NLE Chopper more damage than LeBron on that Punisher got. That's how much of a difference they were actually able to execute there. Although, nice 10k damage from LeBron. Really trying to bring it in for their team here. Top eliminations. Tie between Gnome, Chopper, and Jeff, whose name I can translate now, actually, now that we're out of a game. Let's do that so I don't just keep calling them the name I cannot pronounce. Once again, I'm doing this via a Google Translate system, so please forgive if it's wrong or not very good. Unfortunately, I do not speak the language. They are apparently called Round Triangle. That's, yeah. Let's double check. Give it a second translate. Yeah, Round Triangle. That is what it seems to believe. Believes it's Korean, believes it's Round Triangle. So Round Triangle actually tying up with the most eliminations, but the most final hits goes over to Dobie with 9. Just followed a little bit behind by Chopper with 7, and then it is 6 for FUN. 5 for Gnome and for Round Triangle there. Jeff have actually taken out their own team a couple times as well, so if you add those onto it, then they've got a ridiculously high KD. Least amount of times getting eliminated, FUN, and Gnome. Both of them going down 0 times. In terms of damage, we've already talked about it. Gnome topping that board by a lot. It's a very convincing win for them there. And top damage blocked. Going to be easy. Sticking on the tank for the majority of the game. Getting 20k. 16k for Hesse. Just a little bit behind. 14k for ASDFD. One of the best tanks we have seen so far, continuing to show why they are so scary. Chopper also is definitely to be feared. I like that they tried something a little bit different there, bringing out the Mr. Fantastic. It seemed to do pretty alright for them. And top healing, 18k for Jay. 3k more than FUN. Only 7k healing, just under, for Round Triangle. But they did get almost 7k damage, which is more than the Winter Soldier and almost as much as Chopper. So they did their job. Jeff, you'll normally see them in triple strategist compositions, doing a bit of flanking, doing a little bit of extra damage, adding healing when need be, and for that incredibly impactful ultimate. We don't see it too often in other situations. For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying this series. Round 2 is approaching. That will be the lower bracket games, so we'll keep an eye on those, see if we get any of our names that we've been following eliminated. Let me know in the comments which teams you want me to keep following as these series continue. Once again, I'm doing PC first, and then we'll be moving on to the console games after that, so we'll have a lovely little journey for you all to follow. So console players, do not worry. You will start to see in the video titles, console will appear, so you'll know that that's when we have transitioned over. And I will be following with the majority of the requests that I have got for covering games, but more requests are 100% needed. If you want me to cast individual teams, if you have a team you like, anyone you support, then please let me know in the comments. It also helps with the algorithm if you like and comment. And make sure you subscribe. We are almost at 15% of my viewers being subscribed. It would be huge if y'all could keep doing that. Share with your friends, tweet at Netties and Marvel Rivals to say, hey, hire this person to cast. It won't stop me making YouTube content. I'll just also be doing it on the live stream stuff. Reminder, follow my live streams in the description. I'm running out of plugs to do. But shout out to our member, John. And if you want to become a member to get these casts early, then there is a link in the description, and also you can just hit the join button underneath the video, or the thanks to send a one-off donation. Let's get ourselves set up for map number 2 in this best of 3 series. I'll see you all in a moment.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check as I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace.
We are back for map number 2. New Moon still on the left. They're starting on defense as we are heading to Midtown in the Empire of Eternal Night. FUNCREW will be beginning on attack. FUNCREW versus Fun. Maximum confusion. No more. Taken out once again. This time Wolverine will be banned away. Black Panther protected this time. They want to give Fun something to go aggressive on. Oh, we have another name that I can try and translate before the game starts. Let's try and get in, because we've had a bit of a swap out here. Okay, so I don't know if this is correct. Hang on, I'm just going to try one more time. Camera again, see if it catches it. Yeah, so apparently the new name that is a round triangle here is I Don't Want to Die. That is apparently their name. I don't want to die. So, not sure how easy I'm going to be able to say that in a cast, but I'll do my best. Adam Warlock gets protected this time from FUNCREW. And Groot taken out. ASDFD a little too scary here, as Hela will be the final ban, meaning Gnome is back in, by the looks of it, on that Human Torch. Sneaking it in. Have teams been hiding this? Are they just having a little bit of fun as they are running the Jeff here in these early rounds of the tournament, hiding strategies? Or is this practice for later? Ooh, round triangle and I Don't Want to Die. Both hovering the Jeff, but it looks like Neva will get it here. Interesting compositions. We got the double tank set up. Currently, only a solo strategist, and it's going to be Chopper who brings out the second strategist as they will move over to that Adam Warlock of their own. And Gnome will be swapping off of the Human Torch and will be bringing out the Punisher.
You look like
FUNCREW.
in high school. What are you?
They're going to be going for a Guardians composition. Adam Warlock. They've got the Mantis and Star-Lord bringing up the rear. SSZZ on the thing, but they're going to stick with their second strategist instead of an Invisible Woman for the team up as Loki going for that double revive possibility, the triple strategist lineup to try and break this front line. Let's see if it works out. Already, round triangle going to be pushing up on this Magneto, trying to zone them away, but we're seeing a huge flank coming out from FUNCREW, going for the big wraparound and high ground play. Portal comes out from ASDFD to set up the portal, but there's no one there. They've taken out Mantis, and it looks like everyone else is just going to be taken out on the low ground. While ASDFD and Gnome aren't actually doing much, the rest of FUNCREW have been forced back and picked off here. Chopper charging up cosmic clusters.
I feel better already.
using Cosmic Cluster as their main engage ability, dropping down to single autos when they start to get a little too close. You don't have time for those charge ups, but just look how much burst damage that comes in here. ASDFD dropping low, gets healed up as SSCZ on the Vanguard this time. Was trying to push in, but will get taken down. Hesse, now the solo Vanguard, trying to make some space, but will be pushed all the way back to the spawn. Gets caught on the pillar, can't make it back. And they have been trapped inside the spawn here. 34.48 meters is so far the distance that FUNCREW have been able to achieve, and this triple strategist is not allowing them to push on in for the moment. LeBron up to the high ground, doing good damage to Gnome. Not getting the finishing blows on anyone, but they've got a great distraction play going on here, doing some good damage. Blaster Barrage allowing them to back out a little bit, do a little bit of damage. Fun in the meantime is picking off their backline. You see a lot of damage done to the Magneto here. There comes Blast Descent from Fun. Doesn't find any finishing blows, as that's going to be a regeneration domain, which will buy a little bit more time. Round Triangle and Gnome take out SSZZ, but they'll be brought back as Karmic Revival comes down. SSZZ will fall once again. LeBron goes for the Galactic Legend, taken out, interrupted, and absolutely spawn pops there as Gnome finding that regeneration, finding that Karmic Revival, and just blasting it. This turret is not the best positioned here, but they're going to find a little bit of damage. As the push comes in, Clobbering Time comes out, will not stun through the turret, but they're protecting through. Meteor M point blank, tag through, but here comes the thing. Benjamin trying to push in. They've got that Soul Rejuvenation to come in. That's a great Eye of Agamotto from ASDFD to try and lock him down, but they're tagging through. But finally, 3K Breezy will expire their ultimate and get taken down by Chopper, firing shots from downtown. Taking out one, getting rushed down by LeBron, takes the 1v1, heals up, goes for the duel, but gets taken out. Does not win the 1v1. Goes for the revive though. Looking for more. They might be able to get Star-Lord as they revive on the Cocoon. Gnome dropping low, gets revived through the final judgment for the extra DPS here. And FUNCREW are once again trapped in the spawn. Easy is going to bring out the Punisher as they try to break this siege. A little bit of extra damage. 3K is busted out the rocket to try and give Easy as much damage as possible with that ammo creation. Ammo invention, but getting focused down, dropping so much damage. They're trying to find the right angle. Here comes the Black Panther, but they're still giving everything they can to try and step onto the point. They've got 30 seconds left as they wrap through the building. Find the turret from the enemy Punisher as they push on through, trying to take any angle they can. The healing output is good. Where is that infinite ammo? Where is that ammo invention to try and give them the opportunity to try and push up? Pushing on in Smoke Bomb to back out, but sniped beautifully by Round Triangle with that Meteor M. And that's going to be Gnome and Chopper picking out two more here. Eye of Agamotto came down from ASDFD from infinite portals for extra style points. Easy with the final judgment. LeBron with the Galactic Legend. Here goes ASDFD. The portal loop still going. They finally will back up as Karmic Revival is going to be coming out from Chopper to bring the team back so they can keep this push going in the overtime. Meteor M from Hesse to try and take out the back line. They find They find I Don't Want to Die. Easy goes down though. Hesse goes down and Chopper brought back I Don't Want to Die with the Karmic Revival. They chase them down. Huge damage is being dealt here. Finally gets the rocket, removing the healing output, meaning that they can finally put their focus onto that Benjamin Grimm. And with the thing down, overtime ticks off, and that is going to be round one of game two. Stopped before point one, 66.22 meters. An impressive effort by New Moon, locking them down, and they are now 66.23 meters away from moving on to the next round and sending FUNCREW down into that lower bracket. FUNCREW, they are now on defense. Namor is gone. Fun is looking for their own Black Widow here. What is the plan? FUNCREW, what do you have in the tank? If we look at the big defensive choices, Invisible Woman is available, and 3K Breezy is in fact going to be locking that in. Other defensive options, Rocket pretty reasonable. Having that BRB, a little bit of armor on a static position, and a free revive can make it very difficult for people to break a siege. Penny, if your opponents are running in with the frontline tanks, then you can punish them, and also Penny does insanely well into the Thing. But FUNCREW have not seen the Thing being played by New Moon yet, although they are actually going to be running it this time with Round Triangle, busting out Benjamin Grimm with an Invisible Woman of their own for the team-up. Squirrel Girl, very good actually on attack for sieging in, but the damage output is damage no matter what. So being able to get that high DPS, able to work people down and really punish anyone from stepping out too far can give you huge abilities on the defense. As down goes Round Triangle, getting picked off very early. Fun on this Black Widow. Portal comes in so they can try and wrap around, get into that backline with the turret. But no one is showing. FUNCREW, good positioning, but they need to make sure they're back in. As AFDFD takes down LeBron. With that Squirrel Girl gone, it's seriously troubling now for the members of FUNCREW, as Fun is in the backline. No scopes with the Widow's Bite, trying to take him down. It's going to be Gnome that gets the final hit. Breezy goes down as well. Easy goes down with the no scope, and now chasing down to get the finishing blows. In the meantime, the cart creeps slowly into victory. Is there anyone from FUNCREW who can touch? Not close. Jay is trying to run in, can't do so, and that is game.
1, 2, 0.
New Moon, 66.25 meters. They take round number 2 and the series. They will be moving on in the upper bracket here in the Marvel Rivals Championship. Gnome takes MVP. You're seeing a little bit of stutter here. That is because it is the hottest day of the year so far in the UK. I might have to start seeing how well the audio sounds if I turn my aircon on when doing these casts. MVP to Gnome, most eliminations with 25. Nicely done. 8 more than the second highest on their team / in the game. And they also got the most final hits. Gnome really popping off this time. 14 of those eliminations being final hits. Top damage, 15k. Beating out the next highest, which again is also Round Triangle on the Thing with 9.9k, just ahead of Fun, who is on 9.7k. Fun doing some good work. 8 of those eliminations being final hits as well. Meaning of the 13 times they targeted someone and they went down, they are the one who got the final blow. 8 of 13. That's a pretty good ratio. Damage blocked, 24k for Hesse. Once again, doing their best, trying to give their team the sustain that they needed. Next highest will be ASDFD. On that Doctor Strange, doing huge work there, 19k damage blocked. And top healing. Gonna be our new friend here. I don't want to die. They did, unfortunately, get taken out once in this game, tied lowest with ASDFD, Round Triangle, Gnome, and Elite Chopper. But they did also get 20k healing. That is 8k more than anyone else in this game. 13k more than their own second healer, Chopper. But Chopper did get 7k damage, assisting their team with a little bit of DPS that time. And 7 final hits as well, 1 less than the Black Widow. And with that, New Moon will continue their journey through the Marvel Rivals Championship bracket here in Asia. And I hope you have all enjoyed. Remember, I do this because I love it, but support is still welcome. I do like being able to afford groceries. You can support me by becoming a member, watching these videos without ads or with YouTube Premium. To watch these videos with ads, so turning off your ad blocker, or with YouTube Premium is very appreciated. I saw someone sent me a message saying that they had my they'd listen to my playlist to fall asleep. I yell a lot. I don't know how they do that. And someone else said that they just play the playlist on 2% volume so they can't hear them, so the ads run in the background. That feels like it's probably against the rules, so be careful if you do that. But you can support me that way. You can hit the thanks button to send a donation, or you can assist by just helping with the algorithm, liking, commenting, sharing these videos. If there's any good clips you can clip from YouTube videos, put them on the Reddit. If you think there's some great bits that people might enjoy, then you can spread the word for my channel that way, letting netties know that there is a caster who would love to work for them. It is appreciated. I have messaged them myself, but I have not got a reply. Sad times. But if you want to see me on the main broadcast, then crowd support is a huge way to do that. It's how I got a lot of my work when it came to Heroes of the Storm stuff. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've all had a wonderful day today. I hope you're all enjoying the games. Tomorrow's game will likely be another round 1 game, but round 2 is very quickly on the way. I record a load of these in one go, and currently they're not out yet, so I'm just going to be bringing you the games as they come. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been Tetcher, and I will see you all tomorrow.